We've seen far too many far-right protests on our streets. People inciting violence against migrant communities, against those who look or sound a little bit different. The Scottish Greens will always stand up for immigration, for communities that have been punched down upon by the far right, by politicians, by the UK government and by others. We know that immigration is good for Scotland. Diversity strengthens our communities. We will always stand up against racism, against xenophobia, and for migrant communities, whether they are refugees, asylum seekers, or anyone else who chooses to make Scotland their home. Our message is clear. Scottish Greens stand in solidarity with trans people, today, tomorrow, and always. And we will continue to fight for the human rights of all people, because everyone deserves to live as who they are, regardless of their identity, free from persecution, free from marginalisation, and in safety. This week's decision by the Supreme Court that the Equality Act's definition of woman does not include trans women will come as a huge blow to trans people and their loved ones across the country. Trans people just want to live their lives free from violence and prejudice, like any of us. But we have seen escalations of hate against them, and this ruling will only stir the flames of that cruel culture war that has been waged against trans people by politicians, by media and others. It's great to be at Aberdeen's Mela, the One World Day celebration of the different cultures and communities that make Aberdeen such a wonderful city to be part of. There's food, music, dance, all sorts of things from around the city, from around the world. We are celebrating the richness and diversity that makes Aberdeen great. I believe passionately in solidarity, collective action and movement building. That's why I've been an active trade unionist as long as I've been at work. I spent several years as Vice President of the EIS University Lecturers Association, but having been an MSP for the last 4 years has allowed me to deepen my relationships with a whole range of trade unions across the North East, from Unite, Unison and UCU at Dundee University and Aberdeen University fighting against job cuts, to fighting for equal pay with workers from the GMB at Dundee City Council. But I've been so proud to stand alongside the FBU, fighting with them and campaigning for their decon campaign, for mitigation against the carcinogens that firefighters face in their work every day. Calling all Scottish Greens in the North East region. You have until noon this Friday, the 11th of July, to cast your vote to select your candidates for next year's Holyrood elections. I'm asking for your first preference vote. It's been a privilege and honour to serve as your MSP for the last 4 years, and I've loved representing the people and communities of the North East, whether helping individual constituents with casework or being out and about in communities with trade unions, local campaign groups and businesses from Buckie to Dundee. I want to continue working for you, fighting for our future, for justice and peace, in solidarity with marginalised and silenced communities, for workers and renters, for people and planet. I'm Maggie Chapman and I'm asking you to put me top of the list for the North East region for next year's Holyrood elections, because I love and never tire of working around the North East region. I've stood firm with constituents who are facing cuts to health and social care services across Aberdeenshire. I've taken constituents into Parliament to meet with Scottish Government ministers to help sort out issues they're facing. I've stood firm with and worked with communities who are having their homes undermined by RAC in Dundee, Torry and Moneyfield. And I've worked with communities fighting soil erosion, coastal erosion and flooding in Montrose and Brechin. And I have a track record of delivering change, positive change for people in Parliament. With a housing bill, I've made it easier for rent controls to actually happen at all and made it easier for tenants and renters to keep pets. I've led the charge for a misogyny bill, for legislation that bans conversion practices, and to ensure we get a human rights bill that's fit for Scotland's future. The party's values are my values. I'm passionate about equality, about participation, about bringing people into politics and delivering more power to people and communities where they are. If re-elected as your Green MSP, I promise to stand firmly for you in Parliament, but I will always keep one foot on the streets with you all.